All right, here we go. I'm back in the building, y'all. I'm back in the building. Shalom, shalom. It's your boy OG Obadiah. I know I've been gone for a long time, but I'm back. Um, I got some information for y'all. Some things that I've been collecting. Um, it's a lot going on. A lot going on, and you don't see it on social media or the mainstream media. For that. But it's your boy Putin right here. He doing a lot of things right now, right? Um, I'm gonna let this play right quick so y'all can see a little bit what's going on as far as things that he's uh, bringing out with America and the nasty things America is doing, has been doing, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. But without further ado, here you go with the video, and I'll be back.
Called West have prepared for humanity as a whole. They have dropped their masks and shown what they are really made of. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the West decided that the world and all of us would permanently accede to its dictates. In 1991, the West thought that Russia would never rise after such shocks and would fall to pieces on its own. This almost happened. We remember the horrible 1990s, hungry, cold, and hopeless. But Russia remained standing, came alive, grew stronger, and occupied its rightful place in the world. Meanwhile, the West continued and continues looking for another chance to strike a blow at us, to weaken and break up Russia, which they have always dreamed about, to divide our state and set our peoples against each other, and condemn them to poverty and extinction. They cannot rest easy knowing that there is such a great country with this huge territory in the world, with its natural wealth, resources, and people who cannot and will not do someone else's bidding. The West is ready to cross every line to preserve the neocolonial system which allows it to live off the world, to plunder it, thanks to the domination of the dollar and technology, to collect an actual tribute from humanity, to extract its primary source of unearned prosperity, the rent paid to the hegemon. The preservation of this annuity is their main, real, and absolutely self-serving motivation. This is why total desovereignization is in their interest. This explains their aggression towards independent states, traditional values, and authentic cultures. Their attempts to undermine international and integration processes, new global currencies, and technological development centers they cannot control. It is critically important for them to force all countries to surrender their sovereignty to the United States. In certain countries, the ruling elites voluntarily agree to do this, voluntarily agree to become vassals. Others are bribed or intimidated. And if this does not work, they destroy entire states, leaving behind humanitarian disasters, devastation, ruins, millions of wrecked and mangled human lives, terrorist enclaves, social disaster zones, protectorates, colonies, and semi-colonies. They don't care. All they care about is their own benefit. I want to underscore again that their insatiability and determination to preserve their unfettered dominance are the real causes of the hybrid war that the collective West is waging against Russia. They do not want us to be free. They want us to be a colony. They do not want equal cooperation. They want to loot. They do not want to see us a free society, but a mass of soulless slaves. They see our thought and our philosophy as a direct threat. This is why they target our philosophers for assassination. Our culture and art present a danger to them, so they are trying to ban them. Our development and prosperity are also a threat to them because competition is growing. They do not want or need Russia, but we do. Have repeatedly shattered against the courage and resilience of our people. Russia will always be Russia. We will continue to defend our values and our motherland. The West is counting on impunity, on being able to get away with anything. As a matter of fact, this was actually the case until recently. Strategic security agreements have been trashed. Agreements reached at highest political level have also been declared tall tales. Firm promises not to expand NATO to the east gave way to dirty deception as soon as our former leaders bought into them. Missile defense, intermediate range and shorter range missile treaties have been unilaterally dismantled under far-fetched pretexts. And all we hear is the West is insisting on a rules-based order. Where did that come from anyway? Who has ever seen these rules? Who agreed or approved them? Listen, this is just a lot of nonsense, utter deceit, double standards, or even triple standards. They must think we're stupid. Western elites not only deny national sovereignty and international law, their hegemony has pronounced features of totalitarianism, despotism, and apartheid. They brazenly divide the world into their vassals, the so-called civilized countries, and all the rest, who according to designs of today's Western racists, should be added to the list of barbarians and savages. False labels like rogue country or authoritarian regime are already available and are used to stigmatize entire nations and states, which is nothing new. There is nothing new in this. Deep down, the Western elites have remained the same colonizers. They discriminate and divide peoples.
Did you hear that? Call them colonizers, right? And he about to go into, America's past and what they did to the so-called African Americans or whatnot, and drop bombs on Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Um, I mean, he just going to a lot of things that they done. He lifting up their dress. He's showing their nakedness or whatnot. And I got scriptures, after this video to uh, to show that America is being uncovered, right? For the wicked nation that it is, right? Let's get back to this video though.
Into the top tier and the rest. We have never agreed to and will never agree to such political nationalism and racism. What else, if not racism, is the Russophobia that is being spread around the world? What, if not racism, is the West's dogmatic conviction that its civilization and neoliberal culture is an indisputable model for the entire world to follow? You're either with us or against us. It even sounds strange. Western elites are even shifting repentance for their own historical crimes on everyone else, demanding that the citizens of their countries and other peoples confess to things they have nothing to do with at all, for example, the period of colonial conquests. It is worth reminding the West that it began its colonial policy back in the Middle Ages,
Back in the Middle Ages. Way back. Slavery. Even before that, right? The taking of this land. He's talking about that, right? He's gonna get into a lot of stuff, right? The homosexuality or whatnot. That America opposed on these other countries, huh? Let's hear him out again.
followed by the worldwide slave trade, the genocide of Indian tribes in America, the plunder of India and Africa, the wars of England and France against China, as a result of which it was forced to open its ports to the opium trade. What they did was get entire nations hooked on drugs and purposefully exterminated entire.
Let's not forget what they done to the black community, so-called black community, with the crack epidemic, right? I mean, I know a lot of people, was affected by that. If they didn't go to jail, we had a lot of our people die. A lot of our people was hooked on drugs, lost everything they had that they ever had, lost their whole life. Like just things just it's just that crack era it did something to our people that we still feeling the effect to this day. America got a lot of repenting to do, but we know America's not going to repent. America can't. Her pride is not going to let her. So the Most High got to reveal her nakedness and all the evil and the dirt. Everybody's looking now, right? Let's get back.
Ethnic groups for the sake of grabbing land and resources, hunting people like animals. This is contrary to human nature, truth, freedom, and justice. While we are proud that in the 20th century, our country led the anti-colonial movement, which opened up opportunities for many people around the world to make progress, reduce poverty and inequality, and defeat hunger and disease.
And you got people, well, you got other nations, some nations in Africa, other nations around the world, that's siding with Russia that used to be allies with America. So this is changing dramatically, as far as how we see the world today, right? But let's get back to the video.
To emphasize one of the reasons for the centuries-old Russophobia, the Western elite's unconcealed animosity towards Russia, is precisely the fact that we did not allow them to rob us during the period of colonial conquests and force the Europeans to trade with us on mutually beneficial terms. Western countries have been saying for centuries that they bring freedom and democracy to other nations. Nothing could be further from the truth. Instead of bringing democracy, they suppressed and exploited, and instead of giving freedom, they enslaved and oppressed. The unipolar world is inherently anti-democratic and unfree. It is false and hypocritical through and through. The United States is the only country in the world that has used nuclear weapons twice, destroying the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan, and they created a precedent. Recall that during World War II, the United States and Britain reduced Dresden, Hamburg, Cologne, and many other German cities to rubble, without the least military necessity. It was done ostentatiously, and to repeat, without any military necessity. They had only one goal, as with the nuclear bombing of Japanese cities, to intimidate our country and the rest of the world.
Like, right, they nuked Japan, right? Hiroshima, Nagasaki. I hope I'm saying it right. But and now Japan is allies with America to this day. So they're gonna send a bomb there, and now it's all goody goody. We booze and buddies, right? You can't make this stuff up. You can't.
The United States left a deep scar in the memory of the people of Korea and Vietnam with their carpet bombings and use of napalm and chemical weapons. It actually continues to occupy Germany, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and other countries, which they cynically refer to as equals and allies. Look now, what kind of alliance is that? The whole world knows that the top officials in these countries are being spied on and their offices and homes are bugged. It's a disgrace for those who do this and for those who, like slaves, silently and meekly swallow this arrogant behavior. Washington demands more and more sanctions against Russia, and the majority of European politicians obediently go along with it. They clearly understand that by pressuring the EU to completely give up Russian energy and other resources, the United States is practically pushing Europe towards deindustrialization in a bid to get its hands on the entire European market. These European elites understand everything. They do, but they prefer to serve the interests of others. This is no longer servility, but direct betrayal of their own peoples. God bless, it is up to them. But the Anglo-Saxons believe sanctions are no longer enough, and now they have turned to subversion. It seems incredible, but it is a fact. By causing explosions on Nord Stream's international gas pipelines passing along the bottom of the Baltic Sea, they have actually embarked on the destruction of Europe's entire energy infrastructure.
That's another thing. So-called, well, America, they had something to do with that pipeline. That's what's going on. Everybody's saying it. That was America. If it wasn't America, America had something to do with it, right? That started a lot of tension right there. And also, this bridge that just blew up, right? They just blew up Russia bridge. They take supplies back and forth from Crimea to Russia, and they blew it up. Ukraine saying they blew it up. That's the word out right now. But it's a lot going on because after the bombing of this bridge, Russia's been relentless with these missiles. They sent 75 missiles in Ukraine. I don't know how many hit, right? But later on in this video, I'm gonna show you the missile count, right? Because what Russia have and Russia allies or whatnot, 75 missiles is nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can do that in an hour or whatnot, right? But let's continue with the video.
It is clear to everyone who stands to gain. Those who benefit are responsible, of course. At the same time, the West has clearly been engaged in wishful thinking for a long time. In launching the sanctions blitzkrieg against Russia, for example, they thought that they could once again line up the whole world at their command. As it turns out, however, such a bright prospect does not excite anyone, other than complete political masochists and admirers of other unconventional forms of international relations. Most states refuse to snap a salute and instead choose the sensible path of cooperation with Russia. The West clearly did not expect such insubordination. They simply got used to acting according to a template, to grab whatever they please by blackmail, bribery, intimidation, and convince themselves that these methods would work forever, as if they had fossilized in the past. Such self-confidence is a direct product not only of the notorious concept of exceptionalism, although it never ceases to amaze, but also the real information hunger in the West. The truth has been drowned in an ocean of myths, illusions, and fakes, using extremely aggressive propaganda, lying like gobbles. The more unbelievable the lie, the quicker people will believe it. That is how they operate, according to this principle. I want to make special note of the fact that there is every reason to believe that the Western elites are not going to look for constructive ways out of the global food and energy crisis that they and they alone are to blame for, as a result of their long-term policy dating back long before our special military operation in Ukraine, in Donbass. They have no intention of solving the problems of injustice and inequality. I am afraid they would rather use other formulas they are more comfortable with. And here it is important to recall that the West bailed itself out of its early 20th century challenges with World War I. Profits from World War II helped the United States finally overcome the Great Depression and become the largest economy in the world, and to impose on the planet the power of the dollar as a global reserve currency. In the 1980s crisis, things came to a head in the 1980s again. The West emerged from it largely unscathed by appropriating the inheritance and resources of the collapsed and defunct Soviet Union. That's a fact. Now, in order to free itself from the latest web of challenges, they need to dismantle Russia as well as other states that choose a sovereign path of development at all costs, to be able to further plunder other nations' wealth and use it to patch their own holes. If this does not happen, I cannot rule out that they will try to trigger a collapse of the entire system and blame everything on that, or God forbid, decide to use the old formula of economic growth through war. Russia is aware of its responsibility to the international community and will make every effort to ensure that cooler heads prevail. The current neo-colonial model is ultimately doomed. This much is obvious. But I repeat that its real masters will cling to it to the end. They simply have nothing to offer the world except to maintain the same system of plundering and racketeering.
Y'all see that right there? The West has nothing to offer the world but pillaging, colonizing, right?
They do not give a damn about the natural right of billions of people, the majority of humanity, to freedom and justice, and the right.
Wait a minute. He said they don't give a damn about billions of people. And he right, right? Through the spirit, the Most High put the spirit on this man, got the spirit on this man to do his will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's our friend or anything like that, or you know, that I care about him or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, they the same people. It's just Egyptian against Egyptian. The Most High said he was going to do that. He was going to put the Egyptian against the Egyptian, right?
To determine their own future. They have already moved on to the radical denial of moral, religious, and family values. Let's answer some very simple questions for ourselves. Now I would like to return to what I said and want to address all citizens of the country, not just the colleagues that are here in the hall, but all citizens of Russia. Do we want to have here in our country, in Russia, parent number 1, parent number 2, and parent number 3? They have completely lost it.
Now he's going into this confusion that America's bring, right? With this parent 1, parent 2, parent 3 stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, it's man, woman, child. Right? Well, ain't no wait a minute. Now see, I just got confused right there. Cause he said parent number 1, parent number 2, and parent number 3, right? Like, what the hell is that? Right? But we know it's some freaky, you know what I'm saying? What? Unrighteousness, right? It's not nature, right? Let's finish hearing what he got to say. I'm gonna bag it up just for a minute, just for a second.
Citizens of the country, not just the colleagues that are here in the hall, but all citizens of Russia. Do we want to have here in our country, in Russia, parent number 1, parent number 2, and parent number 3? They have completely lost it. Instead of
He said they completely lost it, and they been lost it, right? You know what I'm saying? The first time that I voted, and the last time I only voted one time on my whole life, right? And I voted for Obama. The first time he became president, but he got to showing his horns with this. A man can marry a man, and a woman can marry what? What? You suspicious? You suspicious now? So something ain't right with you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I keep hearing these things about his so-called wife or whatnot, and seeing pictures and all this stuff back in the day. You suspicious, man? Because what are you benefiting from passing a law like that, man? If you ain't dipping your finger in the peanut butter or whatnot. That was my last time, man. I'll never vote again. Ever. Our vote don't make no difference anyway. If y'all still think it do, then we wouldn't be in the position we in today. You know what I'm saying, with the economy and the inflation. You know what I'm saying? Us going to war and all this stuff. It wouldn't be like this. But a lot of people depend on the government. All right? Let's hear what he got to say.
mother and father? Do we want our schools to impose on our children, from their earliest days in school, perversions that lead to degradation and extinction? Do we want to drum in their heads that certain other genders exist along with women and men, and to offer them gender reassignment surgery? Is that what we want for our country?
Gender reassignment surgery. And a lot of people then got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Behind this stuff. And a lot of people who got fucked up is regretting it. They want to go back. He calling America out. He lifting up that skirt. Right? When I looked at this video, I'm like, wow. Like, I can't believe that, you know what I'm saying? And then you can't even I had to like, you know, like dig this up, right? You can't get this here in America or whatnot. They're not showing this on the America media or whatnot. I'll be surprised if they let me, you know what I'm saying? Shalom, shalom, man. Yeah, good feast of tabernacles. That's what's up. But I'll be surprised if they let me play this on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they let me play it on Facebook. But you know what I'm saying? We'll see how that's gonna work out. You know, they'll mess around and come 3 months later and be like, you know, you in Facebook jail, right? But things are happening. This video is out cold, man. Y'all share this video, right? Share this video, man. Let's get back to it.
Country and our children? This is unacceptable to us. We have a different future of our own. The world has entered a period of fundamental revolutionary transformation. New centers of power are emerging. They represent the majority of the international community. They are ready not only to declare their interests, but also to protect them. They see in multipolarity an opportunity to strengthen their sovereignty, which means gaining genuine freedom, historical prospects, and the right to their own independent, creative, and distinctive forms of development in a harmonious process. As I've already said, we have many like-minded people in Europe and the United States, and we feel and see their support. An essentially emancipatory, anti-colonial movement against unipolar hegemony is taking shape in the most diverse countries and societies. Its power will only grow with time. It is this force that will determine our future geopolitical reality.
Okay. This is this video here. I mean, I looked at it it's probably about my 7th time looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings out a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like they lifting America dress up. They showing her nakedness. And this is in the scriptures, right? Let's get to it. We're gonna start off with Isaiah 47, verse 2. And it reads, take the milestones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, right? Let's go to 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, which is being revealed right now. You know, it's just not Russia who's uncovering America's wickedness, right? Yea, thy shame shall be seen, right? The shame of America is being seen. You know, a lot of countries is paying attention to it now. The Most High put the spirit on these leaders in these countries. I will take vengeance and will not and I will not meet thee as a man. Verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. It's over, America. Stick a fork in America, because she is done. I don't see why. I mean, the writing is on the wall. If you don't see this, then, man, the Most High didn't give you eyes to see or ears to hear. Even though you got eyes to see and ears to hear, but you can't see or you can't hear. Verse 6, I was wroth with my people, and the Most High was mad with his people, right? That's why we're in the condition that we are in today, to this day, right? But he taking that cup of trembling from us, and he putting it on these other nations. I have polluted mine inheritance, right? Who was their inheritance? Israel, the so-called black, the so-called African American, right? And given them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy. And they didn't show us no mercy. They don't never show us no mercy, right? Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, right? And y'all can go over this video, you know what I'm saying? Go over these scriptures or whatnot. You know, again, please share this video. Share, share, share. Please. This is Nahum 2 and 13. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. So we not listening to the president, the congressmen, the mayors, the none of them. It's over with. Let's keep going. Nahum 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Right? Verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of wheels and of prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. Verse 3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain. Who is talking about? The so-called blacks, right? And a great number of carcasses, right? All the carcasses that got, you know, that were killed, that were slain, and there was no end to their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses, right? All the bodies, all the souls, right? Verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, and he's talking about America, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Who is it talking about? Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And this is what's happening right now. The Most High is revealing their evil and their wickedness, right? Jeremiah 13 and 22. And if thou say in thy heart, wherefore come these things upon me? This is America. For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirt Let me back that up. For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare. So the Most High is lifting up that skirt, America. They see your bullshit, right? Romans 12 and 19. Now, he's talking about the children of Israel right here. This is what we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? It says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. What it means by that? The next scripture I'm going to give you, it's going to explain. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Most High. Right? Let's get that scripture. Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. So we don't supposed to fight amongst ourselves. Right? Let's go back. Let's go back to the other one. No, wrong one. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. Right? Let's go back. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. So it's coming, and it's coming fast. This is what this talking about, right? But he says, vengeance, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Let's go back. Let's go back. Vengeance is mine. I will repay. Right? But we are not, we are to love our brothers as we love ourselves or whatnot. We are to love our people as we love ourselves. Our people. Forget everybody else. Right? Now, with that, I want to show y'all these pictures of this bridge being blown up. And they've been talking about this, you know what I'm saying, on social media, on YouTube or whatnot. How they blew this thing up on my man's birthday, on Putin's birthday or whatnot. You know, he hot about it, right? Because he launching all kind of missiles over there in Ukraine right now. You know, it was a reporter doing a report, and they showed in the background shit blowing the hell up, right? But let's see. This is one picture of it. Let me get another one. I think this is no, this is another picture. Here's another picture, right? And these are all from different news channels or you know, newspapers or whatever. Here's another picture right here. You know, they really blew it up, and he really was pissed off about that. But 75 missiles was shot in Ukraine, right? Let me get this other picture. Let me see. Why is that right there? Oh, because I don't know. But you see right here, Russia, 7,000 nuclear weapons. 7,000. So them shooting off 75 of them, that's nothing to them, right? That's nothing. China got 270. North Korea got 60. You know what I'm saying? You might as well add that on to the Russia pile, right? USA supposed to got 6,800. But this right here, this is I don't know. I had this picture right here for a nice little while, for probably about a year. Almost a year. I'm not gonna say quite a year, right? But if you notice, or if you've been paying attention, you know that America's been sending its weapons to Ukraine. A lot of its weapons, a lot of money too, right? Like in the billions. You know, I don't know the count on the money, but they've been sending a lot of weaponry over there, right? Okay. Another thing, Belarus. It's a nation right next door to Russia. They're joining the fight. They're joining the battle to go against Ukraine, right? This stuff is escalating. It's escalating real bad too, to where they're threatening America now because they know America is helping Ukraine, right? Biden warned of Armageddon, that we can be facing Armageddon. Look that up. You know what I'm saying? Just put in your computer. Biden talks about Armageddon, right? Um, it's this general. Um, for Russia, they call him General Armageddon. Look that up, right? A lot of our people is not paying attention to what's going on. You know, we've been talking about this for years and years and years, and people thought we was crazy. People think that the Israelites are we crazy. We whacked out our mind and all that stuff. But prophecies is being revealed, right? Um, and again, it's no talk about this on social media. You know, I'll be on Facebook a lot. I don't see nobody talking about this. Nobody. You know, unless I got, you know, the wrong friends on Facebook or whatnot. Everybody doing them. You know what I'm saying? They're just going on like everything's okay. But we about to see some things. You know what I'm saying? I can't give no times. You know, I don't give no dates or nothing like that. But the writing is on the goddamn wall. If people can't see it, you can't turn your head for so long. You know, before it's right there in your goddamn face. Right? Uh Saudi Arabia. They not dealing with America. As far as with the gas, y'all been seeing the gas going up. It's gonna go up more. It's going up more, right? Let me see. Is that all my talking points right there? That's all my talking points right there. But I just want to get on here, you know what I'm saying, and let y'all know that we still here. We still alive. We still believe. You know what I'm saying? We still keeping the commandments or whatnot. You know, hey, and again, America is done. You know what I'm saying? America is done. Stick a fork in her. Look at the rulers or whatnot. Look at the president, right? He don't know what he's doing. And all this stuff right here is by design. All of it is by design. They're tearing America up from the inside. This place done with. It's done with. And it's prophesied to be destroyed. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. But if you believe in the Bible, it's there. It's there. Revelation 18. Read it. Read it. But uh thanks for watching. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You could have been doing something else. You know, But you here with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cuz, Elia. I hope I'm saying your name wrong or what right or whatnot. But, you know, keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get real spooky around here, right? But the Most High said, "Fear not, fear not, O worm Jacob. Fear not." What can we do? What kind of military we got, or what kind of missiles we got? We ain't got shit, right? But I'm gonna go on and get up out of here. I hope y'all like the new symbol we got going on here, the old family. Um, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shah, who we ignorantly call Jesus Christ. And with that being said, Shalom.